It's the battle of the grocery getters. Toyota Sienna, Honda Odyssey, the Showdown. A special thank you to Toyota of Muncie, Indiana, and Victory Honda of Muncie, Indiana. Thanks for letting me use your vans today. So, why don't manufacturers build minivans anymore? In fact, there's only 4 left doing it. The Toyota Sienna, the Honda Odyssey, the Kia Carnival, and the Chrysler Pacifica. Apparently, they're just not cool anymore. People want to drive SUVs. But there is certainly a place still left in the marketplace for minivans. Today, we will take a walk around the exterior of these vehicles and look at their exterior styling. Then we'll get inside and look at their interior features. Then we'll take them for a drive. And finally, I will give you my assessments. So let's dig in. The Toyota Sienna. It got remodeled in 2021 and carries on through 2024 with the same model. You can see here the one I'm reviewing today is a 2021. The reason for that is before the Siennas even hit the lot to dealerships, they're sold. I don't know if it's a chip problem or if it's just the demand, but these Siennas are extremely popular. Last year they sold over 54,000 units, and they will continue to sell very well. You can see the styling on this Sienna is very modern and up to date. Looking here at the front end, LED headlights, LED turn signals, LED daytime running lamps, humongous grille down on the bottom with your parking sensors and front view camera. And because all Siennas are hybrid, you can see it's got the blue Toyota logo, which signifies hybrid. Overall, the front styling is very aggressive, very bold, and I really like it. Here at the side of the Sienna, this particular one is the Platinum trim. It is the top level trim for the Sienna. It comes with the 20-inch chrome wheels, integrated turn signal, blind spot monitoring, heated mirrors, comes with dual sliding power doors. This one has 3 ways you can open it. You can pull on the handle, you can press the button, or it does have the hands-free option to kick, and then it opens the door. Really nice feature. One thing that I have a beef with Toyota about in their modern vehicles is there's no way to open the gas door from the outside. You get outside to pump the gas, you realize you forgot to pull the lever. You got to run inside, pull the lever again. Toyota needs to get with it with the next model. Let's get it so you can open it from the outside without having to pull the lever. Here at the back of the Sienna, I really like the design, how they did it. LED taillights, incandescent turn signals. The taillights actually follow it down the side. It's a really nice design style. You can see the nice contrast between the white paint and the piano black bumper. This is very squared off here, similar to what the Grand Highlander was. The piano black trim back here does have the parking sensors in it. I'm a little concerned about long-term what that would look like with all the scratches, but I ultimately like the design. And you can see, of course, the Toyota emblem with the blue in it for the hybrid. Let's take a look inside the cargo area of the Sienna. You can open the back either with the button, or this particular Platinum model has the kick. So it opens up. Of course, power opening and closing. When you do want to go to close it, it does have the option of, if you press the button twice, it looks like it will lock the van for you as you're walking away. Really like that feature. You can see that Toyota has a lot of storage here. It's very, very deep well in the back. A lot of people end up riding their dog back there, but it's really deep. You can see there's a big storage area on the side. Here on the right side, there is a regular household outlet. The seats are really easy to fold, actually. Toyota did a good job with this. So if you pull this lever here, it pulls back and then it folds down. It's very nicely done. It looks really, it's a single-handed operation. I really like that. But it opens up to a large cargo area back here. The 2 middle seats cannot come out. They do slide very far forward to accommodate larger items in the back. Overall, I think they did a great job with the rear area here. Getting in is quite easy. It's a large opening. My overall impressions at first of this is that the interior here is quite high quality. It's a very modern layout here. It has a large screen here in the middle, AC controls here. Very modern feel to it though, a lot of space. The Sienna does have power seats both on the driver and the passenger side. Very high quality leather. These are heated and cooled seats. You can see there's a power adjustable steering wheel, telescoping and up and down. And then also over here, the buttons for heated steering wheel, 360 view camera on the screen. You can turn the power off and on from the rear. Power doors, and of course your gas release and automatic high beams. So let's start up the Sienna. The power buttons under here. Blue for hybrid, of course. Steering wheel comes down according to what the memory is on the seat. You don't even hear the engine start because it's a hybrid and it's somewhat warmed up. So you can see here there's analog gauges for your speedometer, and then also for your hybrid on the left. Temperature is over there as well as the power gauge according to what you're using. This does have a configurable screen, so you can choose different things that you view in the center screen. I would guess that most people will probably leave it on the digital speedometer, but you can also scroll through things like your mileage and things like that. So here in the center, you can see we have a 10-inch multimedia screen. My camera is doing something funky with the screen there. This does feel a little bit dated, even though it's large in size. Not a huge fan of the physical buttons on the side. That does feel a little bit dated. This does come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but it is wired, not wireless. And the next generation will likely have something different. You can see the climate controls here. This Platinum model has heated and cooled seats, both on both sides here in the front. Traditional gear shift. Because it is a hybrid, you can actually run it in EV mode for, I don't know, a few seconds or so. Kind of a funny thing here, you can put your phone down here, but it opens to tiny cup holders. There already's two here. I'm not sure why you need another two. But anyway, there's the USB charging port here and a wireless phone charging pad. The styling is very modern in here, and it's a little bit interesting because you can see there's a shelf that goes across. I'm not sure what you'd put on there. Just some junk that would probably fall in your lap when you hit the gas hard. Here in the center console, it is quite a large bin, and it does have a USB-C, USB-A in here. I counted a total of 6 charging ports here in the front. There's one down underneath in this huge storage area, one there, 2 in the armrest, and then 2 on the back of the armrest here for the rear passengers. The one interesting thing here in this Sienna is these little mirrors that come down are basically useless. Nobody ever uses those. Not sure why they'd even bother to build that in. But you can see up here there is the door open and close on the left side, and also the rear trunk. And then being the Platinum model, it does come with the rear view mirror that is also a camera. You can adjust it in between the two of them. It comes with the home link buttons up here as well. This comes with a moonroof. It is a single moonroof, not panoramic, and that's probably the reason why. There is a very large rear entertainment screen, which I'll show you when I get in the back. One other feature I wanted to draw your attention to was this 360 view camera. There's a button down here that says 360 view or camera view, and when you hit it, it actually shows you all the way around the vehicle and what you've got there. That's a really nice feature. I like that. Also, this is available as soon as you put the car into reverse, it kicks into the rear view camera and 360 camera by default. Here in the back, you can see there is a huge amount of legroom. Now, this seat does slide forward and back to create more room either in the middle row or in the rear row. This is a minivan. This is not an SUV. So this is where minivans really shine over SUVs, is just the sheer cavernous space here on the inside. Probably my favorite feature in this Sienna. It is the Platinum trim level, so it is completely loaded up. But my favorite feature is when you slide the seat all the way back, this does have this little thing that you can rest your legs upon. Oh, it's so nice on a long trip. I would use this a lot. And without my boots, I'd kick in the back of the seat. This would be amazing. I absolutely love that feature. It's my favorite thing back here. There are a lot of cup holders. There's one in each door. There's 2 up here. There's one on each side of these captain's chairs. We have a household plug back here, an HDMI port. That's to plug in like an external video source if you have video games or something you want to play on the screen. This is a monster screen. This would be amazing for kids. It does have the heated seats here on the sides, as well as the climate controls for the second and third row right up here on the top. To open the door, it's easy. There's a button here, or you can actually push the lever. To close it, same thing. Pull the lever, push the button. Does have the sunshades here in the second and third row. I'll show you that in just a second. Overall, my impressions of this second row here in the Sienna, really nice. Huge, but very comfortable. Would be amazing for a family on a trip. Here in the third row, it has a decent amount of leg room. Again, these middle seats can be moved forward and back to create a little more leg room back here. It does have the plugs for the headphones. It does come with wireless headphones, but it also has plugs in case you want to use wired headphones. It has a tiny sunshade here in the back. Really a tiny window, but the sunshade is here. I'm not sure that anyone will ever use that, but very large back seat. On that side, there's a USB and a USB-A, USB-C and USB-A ports for charging. Not sure why that passenger gets them and this one doesn't. Oh well, you can run the cord across. Toyota has decided with this model starting in 2021 that it was going only with a hybrid powertrain. It is a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine mated to a battery which controls the hybrid. It will get you up to 35 or 36 miles per gallon. Ultimately, Toyota is headed towards hybrid with a lot of its vehicles exclusively hybrid. Like the new Toyota Camry that's going to be coming out in a few months, only hybrid. Toyota has sold out for hybrid. I'm glad. I think it works for them. They've done a great job over the years. They're very reliable and get excellent mileage. So here I am driving the Toyota Sienna. Let's see what this hybrid powertrain does. Let's punch it. You can hear that it's a four-cylinder. I'd say with the hybrid component, it does help the acceleration a bit. Sound-wise, I'm at 65 miles per hour. Right about the same as what the Odyssey is, about 75 decibels. So overall, my driving impressions of this, first of all, I like the video rear view monitor. That's really nice. Is it feels like it absorbs the bumps really well. I know what the decibel meter says, but almost like there's a little bit of wind noise in here. A little more than there was in the Odyssey. This Sienna has a little taller driving position. And I will say that Toyota has not geared this to be sporty really at all. It doesn't have quite the same driving dynamics that the Odyssey has. The Sienna, it's absorbing the bumps about the same, I would feel, but it feels a little bit more floaty. And I think that's fairly consistent with what the Siennas have been over time, is they have not really been geared towards the sporty or the tight feel. Honda does that really in all of their vehicles, so it's not a surprise that they did that in the Odyssey. And Toyota goes to the other side, even with the Camry and the Grand Highlander, the Highlander, all the RAV4. It just feels more floaty. It's just what each manufacturer decides to do with it. So the Sienna has a larger multimedia screen. It is also wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. A little disappointed in that actually in both vehicles that it's not wireless at this point. Probably the next generation of both will have that. But this does have the navigation built in, which I do like. Most people will end up plugging in their phone and using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, but it's nice in case you don't want to do that. You can just throw in the address on the screen. As far as safety features go, this Sienna also has the automatic emergency braking. It does have adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, that type of thing. This also does have road sign recognition. I can see on my dash that it's saying that the speed limit's 55 and I'm going 65. But overall, I like the drive of this. Like I said, it does cater to somebody maybe that likes a little bit more cushy ride. This would be a fantastic vehicle to take on a trip. It's cavernous. I know I've used that word a few times, but it is so huge in here. Taking a family on a road trip, or even all adults on a road trip, would be such a no-brainer in this vehicle. It's It drives super nice. It's going to get 35, 36 miles per gallon on the highway. Lots of safety features. Overall, this Sienna is an excellent vehicle, very good at doing what it was designed to do. And if you're enjoying this comparison video, be sure to click like and subscribe below so that you can be notified of any new comparisons that I do. So that's it for the Toyota Sienna. Now, on to the Honda Odyssey. 2024 Honda Odyssey. Honda redesigned the Odyssey in 2018 with a mild refresh in 2021. It is due for an update. I don't know when it's going to be yet, probably within the next year to 2 years. But this model carries on very well. It has a classic look. You can tell from the front. Not a huge grille like some of the other manufacturers are going to, but it does have the LED headlights, the LED turn signals, LED fog lights. This is the EXL model. This is number 2 of 4. You can do EX, EXL, Touring, or Elite. So this one is only EXL. It's not going to have as many features as the Sienna we just reviewed, but it still is very well equipped for the price point. Here at the side of the Odyssey, this EXL trim level has 18-inch alloy wheels, comes with the integrated turn signal and heated mirrors. Unlike the Toyota, this only has one way to open the door, and it's a pull handle, right? There, of course, are power doors sliding on both sides. There's a button here on the inside to close it, or you can pull the handle on the outside. Honda, with their previous generation as well as this generation, decided to do the little swoopy line. Now, in the previous generation, it was even a little bit more swooped, and the rails for the door were down here in the middle. They got this right, putting the rail up here integrated into the window area. Styling-wise, I think it looks a lot better. But also, you can see the window actually continues all the way around to the back. Stops here at the tailgate, obviously. I like that design here on the side. It does have the ability to open the gas door from the outside. I like that feature, as you know. Here at the back, you can see it's very simple. Honda kept this simple for this version, this generation of the Odyssey. It does have incandescent turn signals. There are LED boomerang type taillights here. They look really nice at night, very cool look. You can see the black accents against the white paint. Really nice contrast here with the design. But overall, like I said, they kept it pretty simple. Here at the back, this does have a power liftgate. In the higher level trims, the Touring and Elite, it does have the hands-free kick thing, but this EXL does not. I was just in the back seats here, and I had to put the headrests up, or else the headrest was like in the middle of my back. This is something that hopefully in the redesigned models that are coming on the next year or two that they'll fix. I can't fold these seats with the headrests up like that. It's not hard to put them down. It's just kind of a nuisance. But you can see here there's a very big well. Honda was actually the first to incorporate this magic seat or disappearing seat into their minivans. But you can see there's a big well. There's also a good amount of storage on each side. There is a 12-volt power outlet there on the side. To fold the seats, it's really not too difficult. It's a little bit tougher than the Sienna, but still pretty easy. If you grab this strap, you pull pretty hard. The seat folds flat into the floor. The same thing, it's a 60-40 split. It does fold into the floor. Like I said, you have to put the headrest down in order for that to happen. Especially this small seat, not very heavy to push up. But you grab the strap and you just pull it back that way. Again, same thing, you just lift up. It's really not that heavy, but it's just a little bit tougher than in the Sienna. Overall, it's a really good design. They've been using that design for years. So getting in the Odyssey, my overall first impressions are that Honda kept it very simple here with the Odyssey. Unlike the Sienna that is very futuristic looking, they kept it very traditional here. I do like their use of different materials, the soft touch plastics going around, leather wrapped steering wheel. But overall, they kept it simple. Everything here is right where it should be. Nothing extravagant, but I like it. So let's start up the Odyssey. You can see screen does its little fancy stuff. Steering wheel here, quite simple with its audio controls, menu controls, as well as adaptive cruise controls. Here on the left side, this has been some source of controversy over the years, why Honda has decided to put their sliding door buttons over here on the side. It's just what they've always done, so they kept they kept with it. Also, you can see obviously the hatch open and close, as well as your safety features there. So you can see here their driver information display has traditional gauges or analog gauges for your engine temperature as well as your gas. The middle screen here is somewhat configurable. You can see from here you can do different things to choose what you want to see. Ultimately, the speedometer never changes. It's just the information below that will change. Most people will likely have it on the trip computer, which gives you your fuel mileage and your distance, obviously. You can see here in the middle, Honda has put all of their controls here in the center. The EXL does have heated seats. It does not have ventilated seats. That is available on the Touring and Elite trim. Automatic stop, start, shut off is there, as well as the center gear shift here for Honda. They've pretty much exclusively gone to this with push buttons. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's fine. It operates fine. It does have a 9-inch display up here. It does come with wired Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, just like the Sienna. A little disappointing that it's not wireless at this stage, but it is what it is. The Odyssey does have some power ports. It does not have as many as the Sienna does. You can see there's a 12-volt outlet there, as well as a USB-A there. Some open storage space down here. Couple of cup holders. You can see there's another little tray for junk, maybe change. There is a USB-C plug in here. That's where you would plug in the cable for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as an aux port, a traditional audio aux port in here. Traditional glove box. You can see here up at the top, controls for the moonroof, as well as the lights. It does have a sunglasses holder. Feels kind of old, but it is what it is. It does have the rear view mirror, useless feature on many vehicles. Does have the moonroof. Overall, the seat quality is very good. These are leather seats. Here in the back, like I said with the Sienna, it is a minivan, so it does have quite a large area here in the second row. The whole vehicle itself is cavernous. The Sienna in the platinum trim level does have some more adjustability with the seats that this EXL does not. This seat does slide forward to give a little more legroom to the folks in the back. It does slide back, obviously, but not too far. The seat does recline. This does have 2 USB-A ports. This EXL is configured with the center seat as well. This does come out. In fact, all of these seats come out. In the Sienna, the outer seats do not come out. They just slide forward and back and fold, but you can take these out of the Odyssey. Probably something that, in the life of your ownership, you may only do 10 or 15 times, but when you need to shove a bunch of construction material or, somebody's moving and you're going to help them move, it's nice to be able to take the seats out. It's not an easy job and they're not light, but they can come out. Unlike SUVs that have the center console with the heating and air conditioning controls, here in this minivan, they're on the side. So the air vents are over here. Heating vents are obviously on the floor. The EXL and up trim levels do have the sunshade for the second row. It's not available in the third row, but they do have it here in the second row. Here in the back seat, you can see there is a fair amount of space back here. This would fit adults back here. I'd say if you're 6 feet or taller, you have plenty of headroom, but you might struggle a little bit for legroom. Like I said, this seat can actually be moved up a bit to accommodate that. Again, in the EXL model, there's no rear entertainment system, so there's no controls for that back here. There is a 12-volt power outlet, as well as the air conditioning vents are here on the sides, and there are 2 cup holders in each side. Overall, it's quite comfortable back here, fairly roomy. It would be fine for a long trip with your family, even with kids that are somewhat grown and aren't little anymore. Honda has decided to stick with the naturally aspirated engines, at least for now, for the Odyssey. This is a 3.5-liter V6 engine. It's mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission and produces 280 horsepower. In the beginning of this generation, 2018 and 2019, Honda went with a 9-speed transmission that has had some issues. So thankfully in 2020 and newer, they've decided to go with the 10-speed automatic transmission. I think it's a good move. Ultimately, this is a tried and true engine, and it should be very reliable for the long term. So here I am in the Odyssey. Let's go ahead and let's punch it. Tried and true V6 engine here in the Odyssey. Gets up and goes very well. Overall, it's very quiet. Going down a road with some imperfections in it. I'm going about 65. And I'm right around 75 decibels of sound. Honda really came under a lot of criticism for decades, really, about the noise intrusion into their interiors, both wind noise and wheel noise or tire noise. But it seems like they're starting to do a better job, and I honestly would expect the next generation to take it even a step further with some of the isolation, the sound isolation. This does have the safety features of lane keep assist, lane departure warning, adaptive cruise control. It does gently nudge you back into the lane if you're getting close to the edge, like it did just for me. When I do that, the screen actually changes and says, grab the steering wheel, you're getting out of your lane. So it's kind of nice that it draws your attention to that as well. Overall, it's a nice drive. For a long time, Honda has made its minivans to feel a bit tighter. Not quite sporty, but tighter. So your feel of the road and your driver feel as you're turning corners and things like that is real tight and it's real accurate. And that's no difference in this generation Odyssey. It's very tight feeling. Just the slightest correction of the wheel actually makes your vehicle move. I really like that feeling in the Odyssey. It's not floaty feeling. It's not boaty feeling. It's like I said, it's a huge vehicle, but still feels pretty tight. Honda does a great job with doing that with really all of their vehicles, but even with a vehicle this size, they do a good job with that. So Honda's been producing these Odysseys for a couple of decades, and they've obviously learned from things in the past. The sound deadening is much better. The drive in here is better. It's still, again, that sporty feel like I mentioned, but it's smooth. I'm absorbing these road imperfections. I can't even really feel them. I certainly can't hear them. But overall, the driving feel and the way everything is laid out, Honda really has made strides. I look forward to the next generation as well. It's a couple years away, but I'm sure it's going to even take that next step as far as drivability and usability and comfortableness for the driver. Overall, I would give a huge thumbs up to this vehicle. Minivans have much more space in them than SUVs. They're not as cool as SUVs, of course, but they're a better vehicle overall, right? They're much more usable. They're much more manageable. They're geared towards carrying a lot more people usually than an SUV is. The whole industry's gone away from making minivans, but I tell you, Honda and Toyota both have done a good job of catering to the people that are going to buy these vans. They've done a great job. If you've enjoyed this review, be sure to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss out on all of the latest comparisons. And by subscribing, you actually help me get these vehicles sooner after they're released so I can review them for you guys. This is the 2024 Toyota Sienna Platinum trim. It has a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine with the hybrid. It has an eCVT transmission with available all-wheel drive. Comes with a 3,500 pound towing capacity. Comes with the Toyota Safety Sense 2.0 system, which includes the pre-collision system with pedestrian detection, lane departure warning with steering assist, lane tracing assist, adaptive cruise control, and road sign assistance. Comes with a 2-year, 25,000 mile complimentary maintenance plan. The MSRP when new is $56,530. This is the 2024 Honda Odyssey EXL. It comes with a 3.5 liter V6 engine with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Comes with a remote starter with lifetime subscription. Comes with a 3,500 pound towing capacity and is equipped with the Honda Sense safety system, which includes the collision mitigation braking system, road departure mitigation system,
blind spot monitoring with cross traffic monitor, and adaptive cruise control with low speed follow. It comes with a 2-year, 24,000-mile complimentary maintenance program, and the MSRP on this vehicle is $42,740.
So there you have it. We've taken a look at these vehicles from the outside and looked at their exterior styling. We've gotten inside and looked at all of the interior features, and we've taken them for a drive. So tell me what you think in the comments below. There's no denying it. People are not that enthused about minivans anymore. But I will say this, if you are looking for a minivan, you cannot go wrong with either of these two vehicles. They have excellent reliability, they have great resale value, and both of them are a pleasure to drive. Also, they have huge interior space, both for people and stuff. I give the nod to the Odyssey for drivability. It's simple. The interior is laid out simply, but with good quality. The drivability, you have a great feel on the road. I give the nod to the Sienna for its styling. It is an attractive vehicle, and also for the interior. In the Platinum, it is loaded up with all sorts of features, including a lot of safety features, but a lot of good technology. I know which one I would choose. Which one would you choose? Let me know in the comments below.